What does it take for a young boy from a small town to become one of the biggest stars the world has ever seen? How does a child who grew up with strict rules, pressure, and almost no normal childhood become the person known as the king of pop? Michael Jackson's story is not just a story about music. It is a story about dreams, sacrifice, success, struggles, and the complicated life behind one of the most famous faces on earth. For more than 4 decades, Michael Jackson has remained a name that almost everyone recognizes. His songs are still played around the world. His dance moves are still copied. His performances are still studied by new generations of artists. But behind the bright lights and worldwide fame was a man whose journey was filled with incredible highs and painful lows. Now, a new biopic is bringing Michael Jackson's life back into the spotlight. But this film is not only about the superstar who changed music forever. It is about the person behind the legend. So, who was Michael Jackson? And how did a young boy from Indiana become one of the most influential entertainers in history? Michael Jackson was born on August 29, 1958. In Gary, Indiana, he was the 8th child in a family of 10 children. His family lived in a small house, but inside that home was a lot of musical talent. From a very young age, Michael showed something special. He had a powerful voice, incredible rhythm, and a natural ability to perform. His father, Joseph Jackson, believed that music could change the future of his children. He trained Michael and his brothers to become performers. But the training was extremely strict. The children spent many hours practicing songs and dance routines. Mistakes were not easily accepted. For Michael, childhood was very different from the lives of other children. While other kids were playing outside, he was practicing for performances. While other children were enjoying simple moments, Michael was preparing for a career that would eventually make him famous around the world. Later in life, Michael talked about how difficult those early years were. He experienced pressure and discipline at a very young age. He missed many normal childhood experiences. But those difficult moments also helped create the incredible performer the world would later know. At only 5 years old, Michael joined his brothers in a music group called the Jackson 5. Very quickly, audiences noticed something different about him. His voice was powerful beyond his years. His dancing was full of energy, and when he performed on stage, people could not take their eyes away. Michael soon became the lead singer of the group. The Jackson 5 became extremely popular, and millions of people around the world started recognizing the young performer. By the time Michael was only 11 years old, he was already a global star. But becoming famous so young came with its own challenges. Imagine being known by millions of people before you even understand yourself. Imagine having fans everywhere while still being just a child. That was Michael Jackson's reality. As he grew older, Michael wanted to create his own path. He wanted to prove that he was more than just the young singer from the Jackson 5. He started his solo career, and this decision changed music history forever. Michael released albums that became worldwide successes. Off the Wall showed his creativity and talent. Then came Thriller, the album that made him a global superstar. Released in 1982, Thriller became the best-selling album of all time. Songs like Billie Jean, Beat It, and Thriller became legendary. But Michael Jackson was not only successful because of his music. He changed the entire idea of entertainment. He showed the world that a singer could also be a dancer, an actor, and a storyteller. His music videos were completely different from anything people had seen before. They were not just simple performances. They were like short films with stories, characters, and unforgettable moments. Michael's dance moves became famous everywhere. The moonwalk became one of the most recognized dance moves in the world. Millions of people tried to learn his style. Other artists looked at him as an inspiration. Michael Jackson was not just following trends, he was creating them. His influence changed the future of pop music. Even today, decades after his biggest successes, people continue listening to his songs. Young fans who were not even born during his peak career are discovering his music. His performances continue inspiring singers and dancers around the world. But the bigger Michael Jackson became, the more difficult life became behind the scenes. Fame brought enormous pressure. The world was always watching him. Every decision, every change, and every part of his personal life became public discussion. His appearance changed over the years. His lifestyle became more private. Many people became curious about the person behind the famous image. Some people saw Michael as a creative genius who struggled with the pressure of being famous. Others focused on the controversies that surrounded his life. And this is what made Michael Jackson's story so complicated. It was never only about success. It was also about the challenges that came with being one of the most famous people on the planet. One of the most serious parts of Michael Jackson's life involved allegations of child sexual abuse. In 1994, he reached a legal settlement in one case outside of court. In 2005, he faced a criminal trial and was found not guilty. Michael Jackson's lawyers always said he was innocent and maintained that the verdict supported their position. However, the allegations continued to affect his public image and remain a topic that people discuss even today. Any story about Michael Jackson must recognize both sides of his life, the incredible achievements and the difficult controversies, because his journey was not simple. It was the story of a person who brought happiness to millions while facing intense personal struggles. The new biopic about Michael Jackson also faces the challenge of showing the many different parts of his life. How do you tell the story of someone who was loved by millions, but also surrounded by questions and controversy? That is what makes his story continue to attract attention. Michael Jackson's connection with his fans was something special. For many people, his music is connected to important memories. Some remember hearing his songs with their families. Some remember learning his dance moves as children. Some remember watching his legendary performances for the first time. To millions of fans, Michael Jackson was more than an entertainer. He was part of their lives. In the later years of his life, Michael faced many difficulties. The pressure of constant media attention became overwhelming. His relationship with the public became more complicated. But even during those difficult times, his influence on music and performance never disappeared. On June 25, 2009, Michael Jackson died at the age of 50 in Los Angeles. His death shocked fans around the world. People everywhere remembered the artist who had created some of the most unforgettable moments in music history. After his death, interest in his music grew again. New generations discovered his songs. His performances continued to inspire artists. His legacy continued to grow. Today, Michael Jackson is remembered as one of the greatest entertainers who ever lived. If you enjoyed this story and want to discover more untold stories about the biggest names in history, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next story. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for more amazing stories from the world of music, history, and entertainment. We'll see you in the next episode.